Citigroup thinks we'll hit $3,000 gold within the next 3 months. Let's discuss that live today. Use the time codes below to go to that. Plus, you get silver analysis, platinum analysis, and all the other amazing things we do here at Good Morning Stackers, your week daily live show all about gold, silver, bullion, economic news, and all that stuff with the GMS family. Hit the big red subscribe button to join said family. And because you are part of the family, you get to do the Synchronised Slurp. That's where you grab a tasty beverage in the first minute of the show. We slurp it synchronously together. I've had more people say, get rid of that slurp, man. But no, never. In fact, and I said to one YouTube commenter, Monday's slurp will be even slurpier. So I think 85 to 90% of people want the slurp. You've asked for the slurp. You expect the slurp. And you shall get the slurp and you shall like the slurp. Here we go. Synchronized slurp. Grab your tasty beverage in 3, 2, 1. I told you it would be extra slurpy today. If someone tells me, stop the slurp, you get it extra slurpier. That's the type of person and personality I am. I am Joe Main. I've worked in the precious metals industry for 11 years here in Australia. I've been a stacker for longer than that. And this is my week daily live show. We do shout-outs. We do some quick sponsorship announcements. And then we get to the topic of the day. That is, will gold hit $3,000 in the next 12 months. Someone from Citigroup believes that to be the case. We'll take a quick look at the silver price and say, is that reasonable? Post your comment below and let me know what you think. But first, you get all the good stuff, like the shout outs and all that stuff. So right here, GMS. Hi all, GMS. Seed says Pete repeat. GMS says CT. Black Coal says GMS. Brian says, sorry at work. Boo. That's okay. You're allowed to be. Yet you took the time to say, sorry, I'm at work. So you can technically watch GMS at work, but maybe you would get in trouble. And I don't want to get you in trouble. I don't want you to lose your job. I mean, if it comes down to you losing your job and watching GMS on a daily basis, I'd say it's at least a 50-50. But no, do what you got to do, and don't drive heavy machinery like someone else said that they were doing recently. I'm watching this while driving heavy machinery. They typed, like, don't do that. Not a good idea. You can hear my voice is a little croaky. I was in New South Wales. I drove 4 hours to a gig on the weekend. Came back. Get this. Drove to New South Wales. Did a gig 4 hours away. Had to come back. Had to get up at 5:30 in the morning to get back home to go to a children's party that started at 10 a.m. But that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. These children's parties these days start at this earlier time, which is a new thing for me. Back in my day, it wasn't. Back in my day, it wasn't like children's birthday started at 10. But that's a new thing now. That's nap times and all that stuff you got to factor in. So the fun of being a dad and having kids. It's all always. You loved the long extra slurp. Who doesn't love a long extra slurp? That could go in so many ways. Good morning, David Williams. All right, so of course, keep getting in your opinions. Hey, do you think gold could hit 3,000 within the next 12 months? So not by the end of the year, but by May, end of May this time, 12 months from this date. Do you think it's possible? A Citigroup person thinks it possibly is. We'll take a look at what they said, and then we'll look at the chart itself. But of course, what you want to find out, and you have to find out, you need to find out right here, what is today's silver special from the Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, my brand partner, the first bullion dealer in Australia to offer free shipping when you buy over certain quantities. It's crazy. You know the deal. Right here, I'm not sure if that price is updated quite yet. It could be, could not be, but just hit the refresh button, all that stuff. It might tick over. Yep, there we go. So there's your pricing, and it is the 1 ounce silver 2023 Scottsdale Gibraltar Lady Justice coin. Are we still live, or is this going to... Yeah, let me see just quickly right here. Yeah, we're still live, and that's great. Here it is right here. The Scottsdale, and now first off, Scottsdale products. Just love Scottsdale. The Scottsdale Lady Justice Gibraltar one for $2 off per coin. So it's one of those more specialty coins right there, but on special for the next 24 hours. And of course, buying in quantity Buying more than 20 gets you free shipping, express shipping Australia-wide. Perth Bullion Exchange does not ship internationally. You can't buy from anywhere else in the world. So sorry to the rest of you who are watching, but you just got to suck it up, people. Right here, it's just a beautiful coin. Beautiful round, I should say. It's not a coin technically because it is not legal tender, and that is the other side right here when it comes up. Just really, really nice. I'm really loving Perth Bullion Exchange's range. And of course, they do the free shipping and everything. Look at that. That is just schmick, as we say here in Australia. 2023 fine silver. It's just beautiful. So you can get those now on special with your free shipping if you buy 20 or more. Anything else I need to plug? Probably not, except I can always plug myself. If you or anyone else has a business, if you run a business, or if you know someone, if you're part of a business, or if you know someone that runs a business, any kind of business, they could very potentially benefit from growing and launching a YouTube channel and then growing it over time. But maybe you don't, or they don't have the skills. That's where I come in, because that's what I've been doing for a good bunch of years now. You see me do it on the Bullion Now channel. It's just got 25,000 something subscribers now. I started that channel and grew it to where it was when I left a couple of years ago. And you saw the benefit that had to the silver stacking community and the benefit that it had to the Bullion Now channel. It literally, I started it and did the whole thing and the epic unboxings and this, and with help from all the others. Of course, so it's not just me, but I started it and I grew it and all that. I was the YouTube guy there, of course, but everyone else helped out with Ruben and of course Michael and of course in the camera and all that stuff. But and Ruben's still doing a great job over there as well. So g'day to Ruben from Bullion Now. Doing an excellent job with the channel. But I did that, and then I helped revitalize Ainslie's channel as well for about 1.75 years. I was there. They had a bunch of subscribers, but it wasn't really going anywhere, and so I came on and I revitalized it. And they've got the whole plan, and there you go, check out their stuff. Doing a great job over there as well. And I do it for every other kind of company, not just bullion businesses. Every other kind of company. It works. It really works. So you have one. If you know anyone that has one, send them my way. You can send them to instagram.com/itsjoemain with no apostrophe. Instagram.com/itsjoemain. I've got some free content on how to do it yourself, but I teach you how to do it. I'm a YouTube coach for businesses. Anyway, that's the plug. All right. Any more stuff here? Yeah, here we go. Buy Stocks. G'day, Buy Stocks says, love 20-ounce Scottsdale Kit Kat bars. Yeah, absolutely. I love Kit Kat bars. I just love that. I first saw Kit Kat bars a long time ago, actually. They were hand pours from Maggie's Bullion. It was Maggie's Bullion stuff. If anyone from Australia remembers Maggie from Maggie's Bullion, good on you, Maggie. That's where I first was. I came in contact with Kit Kat bars, and then I've seen other companies do them in that. So beautiful. Time code. Let's talk about the fact that Citigroup has come out and said, and this was a couple of days ago, come out and said that one of their analysts at least said their target within the next 12 months for gold is they can see it go to $3,000. So you've hit the time code, and let's talk about that. So let me just show you, of course, and hopefully it will come through, the actual bit of the interview that we had. And this is, I'm going to share the screen. And there you go, people. So this was actually just from a few days ago. So it was a couple of days ago, but, getting into the weekend and whatnot. So from May 24th, gold set to reach 3,000 over the next 20 months, Citi says. Is it Citigroup or Citi these days? Maybe it's just Citi, but I thought it was Citigroup. But let's take a quick listen. I think this should probably come through when I play it. Let's have a quick listen and then we'll chat. Let's go back. There we go. I'll go back and let's play that. Did everyone hear Here we go. What do you think? Post a comment below. I'll get rid of that right there. So let me move this. That's going to be loud. Apologies. So tell me what you think. First of all, did that come through for you? I'm pretty sure it did. That is that one, and that is that one. So did that come through? Silent movie. Damn, was it? How was there no audio? That makes no sense to me. So Joshua says, is it me or there is no audio? It should have, because I'm speaking through that speaker and this was coming through the computer's audio speaker. So it had to have been, maybe it was just a little bit lower. Silent movie? No audio. You're kidding me. That's not possible. That's literally not possible. It must have been really low. Okay, dang. Okay, so I just wasted all of your time. Sorry. That makes no sense. It should have come through because it was playing through my computer speakers and my microphone is right here. Okay, no worries. There it is. There's the microphone. Okay, and I moved the microphone closer. Okay, it must have been really low. Well, dang, I'm so sorry. I just wasted a couple of minutes. Joe may need help with his channel. Yeah, no, no, we heard nothing. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, my apologies. No. I was, okay, so I should have held it a little bit closer, maybe. Okay, so dang. My apologies. Quickly give you the, okay, that was just dumb. All right, got to fight. I love this stuff because, you know, technical issues, it makes me better. So now I found a problem and then I will fix said problem. But basically what he was saying was, he believed that because of, and it's pretty much, you know, common knowledge so far that, and let me just pop over here, there we go. So that the expectation of the Fed cutting rates over the next 5 Fed meetings, there's expectation of that. That's one of the drivers. And also he said very specifically, driven by the physical is what he said as well. Very much driven by the physical. So he said physical bullion as well. And of course, he mentioned China. And that was the big thing. China, retail, wanting the actual real physical stuff. So he said the phrase, roughly the phrase, and I'm not quoting exactly, but it was you know, very much driven by the physical is the basic phrase he used. So interestingly, and then at the end there, well, they said, of course, you know, that could change because what if the Fed doesn't, you know, lower rates or keep them the same? What if they raise? It's like, yeah, of course. And also, you know, they were saying anything can change, of course, you know. China doesn't come out and tell you its exact quotas, so of course that can change, blah, blah, blah. But he's basically saying if everything stayed the same, he could see a very quick, a very easy path or a path to 3,000 gold within the next 12 months, if that's what he was saying. So number one, so sorry about the audio issue, that there seems no reason why that wouldn't have cut through because I'm here to there and the speaker is from there to there. Maybe it's about the, I don't know, it's a little bit too toppy, too tinny. That wasn't why it wasn't coming through. I should have held the microphone and go like that. That was the basic driver of it. But so let's take a look at the price. We'll take a look at the price of gold now, do silver, do platinum, and then I think it's going to be a quick one today. You got stuff to do. I got stuff to do. It's good morning, stackers. So let's take a look at the price of gold, and we'll do it in US dollars, of course. And then I have plotted in that $3,000 mark right here. Okay. So thanks for all of your mentions of the fact that you couldn't hear a damn thing. So my apologies. But let's take a look here. So here's where we are. This is gold. So this is going to include, obviously, gold price analysis where it is right now. We've plotted in that $3,000 mark right up there as well. So I might need to get rid of a couple of things just to be, yeah, I'll get rid of that one. Yeah, I'll get rid of that one too. And I'll get rid of, yeah, definitely get rid of all of these just to be safe for now. So then I can show you the monthly and also the quarterly price right here. So here is $3,000. And I'll also get rid of that rectangle and that rectangle as well. All right, so that's a little bit better, a little bit clearer. There's $3,000 on the horizontal. And here is the end, 12 months basically, almost exactly from today's date. So around about the end of May. So you've got this point right here. And that's what he's saying. Gold could hit that point within the next 12 months. Do you think that that is unreasonable? Or do you think it is reasonable? Post your comment below. Let me know, but I'm going to take a quick look here. And I do this a lot on the fly because that's what you like to see at Good Morning Stackers. But this is the quarterly chart right here. So, and we're using the tradingview.com website. Obviously priced right now, we're looking at 2,336 US dollars. We'll do a quick intraday daily time frame as well, seeing what the next levels are. But here it is. Thanks for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. So here we are, the quarterly chart going all the way back to 1967 right there. First off, just take a step back for a second and look at the price of gold since 1967. My face is in the way right there. Let me move that so you can see it. Look at this, 1967 right here, that $900, $800, $900 mark. In 1980, the huge bear market, and there's massive bull market from the early 2000s. Imagine getting in down here when Mike Maloney did, and Robert Kiyosaki and all those others, David Morgan and things like that probably. And look at that, just huge run over that 10-year period, 11-year period. And look where we are right now. So look where we've come from and look where we are now. Do you think 3,000 in the next year is unreasonable? I'm going to say that it's not unreasonable, but it's at the top end of reasonable, in my opinion. Happy to be completely wrong. Why? Because you might be buying gold and silver. Where gold goes, silver tends to follow. And there's a great case to be made, and I'll show that in just a second, that the gold to silver ratio is still probably going to drop like a stone for a little bit as well. But taking a look at this big macro picture, I would say it is possible. Yes, so it's not a crazy call. And, you know, city groups, city people, they're not going to make crazy calls. You know, it's not like the gold $10,000 in 3 months' time and anything like that. Of course not, because they've got a reputation to uphold. So it's definitely not out of the realm of possibility. It's maybe at the higher end for me of the reasonable target, but it's definitely over 50% chance that gold could hit $3,000 within the next 12 months. And I'm basing that purely on just looking at the chart and just purely on the technicals, nothing about the fundamentals. You could say what you like about the fundamentals, but the fundamentals can change, of course. But just looking at that, the fact that, you know, you see these huge, look at the angle of this, you know, to give you an example, look at a trend angle from here to there, and I'll take the bottoms, right, something like that, there to there. That's a 60% angle. I mean, look at the angle that these things can go up. So it's, you know, nothing goes up in a complete, you know, vertical like that. But look at that. It's quite usual. Well, actually, it does go, it sometimes can go vertical very quickly when we're, you know, like a blow off top, like all the way over here. But from here, if I take that bottom, see, look at that. You take the bottom, which definitely seems like the bottom now in 2015. And there to there, that's just a 40% angle. It's well within the possibility of hitting $3,000 within the next 12 months. So yes, it is, in my humble opinion. So let's, on the 3 monthly time frame, maybe I show you the 6 monthly. Yeah, look, we're coming up to, yeah, it's very reasonable. Am I even going to say it's, yeah, look, it's reasonable is yes, is the short answer. Yeah, it's reasonable. And now I don't know whether to adjust my target to say that's on the higher portion of reasonable. It's definitely doable. Look at this. So this is the 6 monthly chart. Every candle is 6 months. And we're coming up to the end of June will be this 6 month candle end right here. So you could easily see it. So you've got another 2 candles to go. Yeah, doable for sure. Am I saying it's going there? No. Am I agreeing with Citigroup? No, but it's absolutely reasonable. And I think I'm going to remove that from the top end of reasonable to just reasonable. Now, just looking at that on the 6 monthly time frame, the fact that we've measured these angles as well, the fact that we've definitely bottomed here in gold in 2015, and now we're on our way up. And, you know, much more to come in my humble opinion. And I'm sure that's why you're in the precious metals as well. But yeah, doable. Let's take a look on the yearly time frame. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so yes, very reasonable to say. Yeah, so yes. So I'm going to move it from top end of reasonable to, yes, it is reasonable to say that it could hit $3,000 US dollars within the next 12 months by the end of May. Not saying it's going there at all, but yeah, it's absolutely doable, in my humble opinion. Post your comment below. Let me know what you think. And we'll just take a quick look at the daily price. Right here, we have been talking about these couple of areas. Thanks for your patience, everyone. And I will pop these ones back on. We want you, we want you, we want, nope, don't want your fibs. I want you, yep, I do. And I want that one, yeah, and I want my rectangles as well. So here we go, funky people. Yep, there we go. So we are still above the 2,330 US dollar mark right there. It's looking looking like we could see some further down days. Of course, we had this big move, and we did make a new all-time high. I've been talking about this. We had this level here, which is a key Fibonacci level from that high and that low. That was at 2,400. I was saying before 2,400 that the final hurdle for new all-time highs, that would have to be broken. We saw it broken, then we saw new all-time highs. I should probably get rid of this, but maybe I'll keep this for now because it still is a very significant level of resistance. Why? Because it failed to hold for a significant period of time. And look, oftentimes from a failed move, a failed to hold 2,400, comes a fast move in the opposite direction. So it's definitely an area of resistance, and it is still a final hurdle before we see new all-time highs. So actually, I will keep that in. But right down here, we break down through this trend line. We're hovering around the 2330. We're so far above it. But a break and a close below 2330 on a daily time frame says, uh-oh, not good. We're heading down to the next target. Next target is 2,305 US dollars. I know it's very specific, but when you take a look at previous areas of support, you can see that $2,305 it's actually a little key area. So it's definitely has to hold 2,305. Down from there, and you're looking at 2,200, my target. I have it down here. Why is it not drawn in? Let's see. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Oh, dang. There we go. 2,250. I think it would come down to. So I'm going to get rid of you for now. 2,250 would be a major target for me. That is a key Fibonacci level. So resistance wise, you just need to see it. Let me get rid of that. You just need to see it break above and hold above this downtrend line. It happens to coincide roughly with the previous area of resistance, and previous areas of support right here at 2,350. That is the target for me. Got to get over that hurdle before we hit 2,400. That is your intraday gold. We've talked about gold at $3,000. It is definitely doable, in my humble opinion. Post your comments below right now, and I'll read some of them out. I'm going to do some more shout-outs as well. Living Adam Man says, hey, Joe and chat. G'day, Living Adam Man, L-A-M. Lamb says, sorry to hear you got scammed. Yeah, that was from last Friday's video. After the fact on the repeat, if you're watching this on repeat, I'll put a link above now to the video about how I got scammed last week. I won't go through the details now. I got scammed. Everything's fine. Nothing else. And over the last weekend, nothing else has happened. So it was very minimalized. I did catch it after a bit of time. So sorry to hear you got scammed. I run a small business that was targeted by a trust scam recently. Oh, but smelt a rat. Good. And saved 2.5K loss. Good on you. It made me make a firm set of rules that nobody could take advantage. Yep. So the new rule for me, I used to be at the stage, and this back when I started doing this wasn't real. I mean, other people were doing it too, but I would see a number that I didn't recognize come through, instead of answering with my name or anything, I would answer it, or sometimes I just wouldn't say anything, but I would answer it and go, hi, Joe speaking. You hear that bit of silence, you're like, oh, here we go, someone from blah, 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 scam call, not scam call, but, spam. You go, good morning, sir. I would like to tell you about solar energy. And you go, click, block the number. But I got scammed via the phone. Watch the video to find out how stupid I was for that. I should have known better. Just watch the video if you haven't seen it. And it goes through the whole explanation of what happened. I got duped, man. Luckily, I was skeptical throughout the whole way. I was like half skeptical, half not. I was like, is it or is it not? But I got to a point where I was asked to do something that I absolutely just knew in my heart, in my head, you don't do that. Even if it made sense to do it, it's not something that you do. Anyway, so I said no and blah, blah, blah. They got something from me. They got my Apple ID password. Duh. But anyway, short answer is we're all good. But what I will do from here is I'm not answering any other phone call that comes from not a contact. And I will let everything, unless it's someone that I know, a number that I recognize, I will let all of it go to voicemail. If it's important, they leave a voicemail. If it's not, that's it. So thanks for letting me know that. So let's get to silver, and then we'll do platinum, and then we'll get out of here. I don't have any show and tell today. If you do have some show and tell, actually, if you have show and tell, you can send it to gmstackers@gmail.com. That is gmstackers@gmail.com. I do subscriber show and tell, where you send me in a picture of something cool you just bought, or something from your stack that you really love, whatever it is to do with gold, silver, etc. Send me that, and I'll give you a shout out over GMS for the GMS family, and I'll show you things. If you want to remain anonymous too, just say so, or I can give your username. That's fine. It's up to you. I do what you ask, so that's fine. But send an email, gmstackers@gmail.com. So right here, let's take a look at the price of silver in US dollars. Currently $30.50 US cents, roughly. Again, using the tradingview.com website, priced in USD. Of course, as we saw, we broke over my final hurdle of 31 US dollars. It was great to see. We had a uns party, but I needed to see it hold for a month, particularly any month. If it closes above that month of 31, then I'm saying onwards and upwards we go. 100% bull market. We haven't seen that yet, but we've got a few more days until the end, before the close of May. That's what I'd love to see. So that is the hurdle for me. That is very, very clear resistance. You can see after we broke 31, it came back exact on support. Why would that be? Now, why is it 31? Why 31? Why some other number? Why wasn't it 30? Many people were talking about that $30 level right here. Many people, many analysts, $30, $30, $30, $30. For me, it was 31. Why? Because it was a key, and it is a very key Fibonacci level from the very old highs of silver in 1980 and the very old lows in the early 90s. Really key Fibonacci level. That's why I've been shouting about 31 for a long time. But it failed to hold. Oftentimes from a failed move comes a fast move in the opposite direction. We have seen, though, interestingly, we have seen 30. On the downside, we've seen that remain as support. I've been talking about this level here. Pretty easy to see. Once you break a level of resistance, you can see this spike up to that $29.80 level. Then it was a little bit of resistance, finally broke through. You can tend to come and revisit old highs or even old interim highs. So I did think we would see a test of $29.80. Is $30 enough? Yeah. Is it a psychological value? It could certainly be. But I'm going to keep that support level for now of $29.80 US cents. I think a touch of there, is not out of the realm of possibility, but we just need to see that $31 break. If it does and closes for May, then I'm saying bull market, baby. 99% sure we're in a bull market, but that 1%, I just need that extra. And if we do break down through $29.80, I have that level here of $28.40 as a very key level, a key line in the sand that we have to hold, or else, oh no, down she goes to the next, probably back down to test the infamous $26 level and around about here. So that's my opinion on that, but we're just in a trading range, and that's really all I have to say about silver, except I guess let's take a quick look at the relative strength index, because that does help. things. So on the daily time frame, you can see we have topped out on the relative strength index. We have gone into extremely overbought. We're now in the downwards decline. Doesn't always head all the way down first. It can have a bit of a bounce. I would want to see a bounce at no more than this 55 level right here. You can see it was kind of like an inverse head and shoulders on the relative strength index. You see that left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and that dip, and then that became an inverted head and shoulders, which played out, and then you saw that move. But that was just like it was, because it was that was an inverted head and shoulders on the fiat dollar denomination as well. We talked a lot about that, the left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and that played out too. So my point is you can use the relative strength index as well as sort of levels of support, and that's why I think that 55 level is important. We're just in a trading range. Let's check out the 4 hour maybe. 4 hours interesting. Okay, look at this. 4 hour on the relative strength index. Obviously a smaller time frame, but it looks like we're trending up on the 4 hourly right now. Okay, we spent a little bit of time in this range right here, and it does mirror the fiat dollar range as well. So there is a reasonable call to say we're at least going to test this 55 level here on the relative strength index, which would coincide with, gee, what do you know, the $31 level. So a test of 31 is probably likely, actually. And I'm going to say that we're going to test 31 very soon, and maybe even within the next day or two, we'll probably test 31. We need to see it break above there and hold above that, obviously. So we're just in a trading range between $29.80 and $31 US. I've talked about the final hurdle. Bingo, bango, bongo. That's all you need to know for silver. Let's go to platinum. Get any last comments you have in, because after this platinum one, we'll read those comments, ask any questions that you want to. We'll answer those questions, and then we'll get out of here, people, because you've got stuff to do, and so do I. But you are the favorite part of my day. But I do have to speak to other clients and help them launch and grow their YouTube channels for their businesses, because that's what I do. Right here, silver, I am back into not excited level. Been talking about the excited level is above this downtrend line. We did hit it. I was getting excited, but we didn't break the final hurdle just yet, 1,115, and we're back in this trading range just now. So I mean, not excited, but I will be in despair level if we break 990, this downtrend line here. So again, we're just in a trading range. It's great to see that it didn't close the day below this level of 1,005 yesterday, or when the market closed, but just be aware. Okay, but on the positive side, I will say that with platinum on the daily time frame, and this is the weekly time frame. On the daily, my apologies, we have gone into extremely overbought, and we've just bounced. I love technical analysis. We've just bounced right here at around about this level on the relative strength index. Could that mean that we bounce up from there? Possibly. Let's take a look at the weekly time frame right here. On the weekly, it's more interesting because we have yet to be in extremely overbought on the weekly time frame for platinum, and that's probably going to be the same for silver and gold. I'll have to show that. I'll have to check that in just a second. So great to see, but just in that range. So I am not excited at this stage. What do I need to see? Break and hold above this downtrend line. Really got to break above, obviously, that 1,070. Then I'd say that final hurdle of 1,115 is on the way, and that's my absolute final hurdle. You know what that means? I'd be saying bull market territory for platinum for months and years to come. We're just in that trading range. I'm going to quickly check the weekly for silver. No, it is a little bit different. Okay, see on the weekly, and we have already been in extremely overbought for gold on the weekly time frame, and in silver, we've had looks like a double top at the moment, a double top on the weekly time frame on the relative strength index. What we want to see is that curl up and then start to head into extremely overbought and spend a good bit of time in there. So that's interesting. So platinum has not even yet spent any time. Wow, look at this. Platinum hasn't spent any time in extremely overbought since all the way back here. I don't know if you can see it. That's in February of 2021 at the previous highs right there. So platinum has some room to move in relation to gold and silver. Has not spent any time in extremely overbought on the weekly time frame. So there is room to move for platinum. That is a positive. That is gold, silver, and platinum. We'll get your last comments in. We've talked about gold potentially hitting $3,000 according to Citigroup. And that's pretty much it, people. Last questions, last comments, and then we're going. Make this a short and sharp one. Right here. Tony was late. Oops, I'm late. That's okay. Tony, you get to experience the final synchronized slurp at the end of the show, and probably can do that in the next 1 or 2 minutes. GM, everyone, she says. Waving. I love the fact that you love to talk to each other. So I think that's it, people. We're going to leave it at that. Thanks for watching. Always a great chart analysis, Joe. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Tony. Sorry you were late, but I'm going to go now. I've got clients to speak with, of course. I've got more clients to get. Head over to my Instagram channel, which is Instagram / you know what? I'm just going to show it to you how we do that. I'll plug it at the end, and I'll also plug one more time. No, that's not me. That's me. Right there. There you go, people. If you want to work with me, or if you want to just see my free content all about how to launch and also how to grow, give you ideas for your business's YouTube channel. I'm not answering you because you are a number I don't recognize, and I don't answer unrecognized numbers anymore, do I, people? No, not after last Friday, not after Thursday. But this is Instagram.com. Go away. Instagram.com / it's Joe Main, because I've got a whole bunch of tips and tricks of how to create consistently engaging content for your business's social media channels. It doesn't have to be YouTube. I find YouTube to be the best catch-all for businesses to grow their customer base, grow their revenue, get more customers to their business. You can use Facebook, you could do Instagram, of course, because I'm on Instagram, but I do find YouTube to be the best of all worlds. And then you can branch out and have an Instagram channel or a Facebook channel as well, a complementary social media channel. But YouTube really still is where it is. It's where it is for me. Right there, but I've got a whole bunch of free content, quick little things about how to create consistently engaging content for your business. And then if you want to hit me up with a message, I will actually sit down with you and figure out, okay, can your business actually benefit from a YouTube channel? And if we figure out it can, then you pay me money and I teach you how to do it. That's going to cost you, of course, because I'm a dirty, greedy capitalist. But aren't we all at the end of the day? So that is good morning, Stackers, for Monday, the 27th of May, 2024. You'll rewatch. I appreciate that. Thank you, Tony. Grab your tasty beverages. Let's do the last synchronized slurp. Let's give a big hip hip hooray to the start of the week that, gold's doing great guns so far. We're in a bit of a dip, but that's okay. It'll come back eventually. And let's celebrate the GMS family right here, because you are my family. Hit the big red subscribe button to join it. Love you all. Here we go. In 3, 2. A mini slurp for the people who don't like the slurp. You got the big slurp at the start and the mini slurp at the end. Thanks very much for watching, people. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking, and I'll see you tomorrow.